Let me greet you in the greatest manner that I know possible. Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessing of God. Before I start, I just have a request. Let me just stand. Just do moments of silence. Keep up. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, and it's a true pleasure for us to be here with you, supporting this wonderful cause. Like many of you sitting here now, we are very concerned about the humanitarian crisis which is happening to Gaza. The crisis in Gaza, the crisis in the West Bank, and the situation around the world in totality. Most of the public infrastructures, including hospitals, schools, public services, places of worship, mosques, churches, have been damaged. We continue, and the whole panel here today have retweeted this, we continue to call for complete and immediate ceasefire, for all killing and targeting of civilians to stop. Muslim Aid has a long history of working in Palestine, particularly in Gaza and in the West Bank. We run a series of projects. Despite all the challenges we are facing, we have served thousands of people in Gaza recently. But that is just a drop in the ocean, as we know. The civilian population in Gaza needs more support and assistance. But the difference here, normally we are struggling for funds. This is the problem. Gaza is a different situation. I've said we've supported thousands, but this can be manifested into millions. All we need is access. All we need is to get in. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, call upon the UK, call upon the governments in the UK and around the world to grant access to international NGOs, Muslim Aid, and all others who are striving to help people in Gaza, to alleviate their suffering, to alleviate their pain. Just the bell thing just made me think of something else. Just think of the bells as the missiles raining down in Gaza, of the noise and the situation which is happening over there. As we know in Islam, we are one body. If one hurts, the other feels the pain. Let's contemplate, let's realize this on a daily basis. The moment of silence was a moment of reflection for the situation in Gaza, for us to contemplate. And I've said this in my team, that only one fear I really have is to be asked that question on that day, what did you do? Did you do enough? And that's for all of us to think about. Muslim Aid have been in Gaza for 20 years, as I've mentioned. And I'll just give you a story of one of our colleagues who is there right now in Portugal. She's been serving humanity for over a decade. A decade of her life has gone to serving humanity. And if any of you get to meet her, you'll understand the charisma, the bubbliness that she has, the joy that she brings. She has lived, as Chris has mentioned, since 2006. There's been multiple disasters in Gaza, multiple conflicts. And she's lived through all of them with the one purpose of serving, and that is it. And in our recent communication with her, all she said was Alhamdulillah, I'm still alive, to continue to serve. That is all she asks for. And she needs our support in doing this. But now, if we understand the whole of humanity needs to see an end to this conflict, the ongoing situation in Gaza is a humanitarian disaster, as we have mentioned multiple times. But this is not the only place that needs support. But as I mentioned with the Day Project, how many countries they support globally, we can see the world is turned upside down. Be it with climate change, be it with man-made disasters, whatever it may be. This is what we are facing. And I'll give you an example, the Sudan situation, just only last year. We had to get our team out there as a matter of emergencies. And the government helped bring their people back as well, and back into the UK. So this is what we are facing. Muslim Aid has over 38 years of experience in working in 23 countries globally. In places, as mentioned, Palestine, Yemen, Sudan, Somalia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Syria, and many, many more. And the beautiful thing about this organization, and for myself, I've been in this sector for nearly half my life. And something at Muslim Aid, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's amazing. We have access to the most vulnerable communities in these countries. We have forged relationships beyond assistance. In many instances, we are part of that community. We know the culture, the nuances, and all that is required. We can travel the length and breadth of these places, talk to the people, understand and deliver what is needed. In some of these countries, we are able to deliver aid to the most remote areas and the most vulnerable communities. And I'll say this now, the British government, and it's mentioned multiple times on this panel, needs to do more and make charities a part of the conversation, not just in delivering aid, but also long-term building of Gaza. All those conversations are for the future, but now, please use your influence and press for an immediate ceasefire. It is what humanity needs. None of us want to be here on the wrong side of history. And I will just give you one incident. I know it's a case study of a young girl. And we know International Women's Day is coming up on Friday. And she said, I am praying that I do not start my menstruation cycle because we do not have the sanitary towels to do this. What the main is dealing with this. But for the women and the men in this room, in the 21st century, should we be behaving things like this? Are we not here to make that difference? Anum mentioned about Ramadan, and I'll finish with this. Ramadan is not just about fasting, it's also about giving in charity. Charity during this blessed month illuminates our hearts and brings blessings on the giver. May Allah bless you and let me wish you a wonderful Ramadan, but now and for many years to come. Bless, free Palestine.
Yes.